want you to hear this. Stop lying. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. There's no need to speak death over you. No need at all. All right?
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I am your host, Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach. And today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JoyfulStylez.com. Let's go, let's go. Oh, y'all, I'm excited to get into this today. Before we get into it, though, I want to remind you, for those of you who have not yet taken that boundaries quiz, take some time out today to take that boundaries quiz. All right. The link for the quiz is in the show notes. However, I can text it right over to you. Just text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153 and I got you. Also, just something that and I haven't shared much here on the podcast, but just to let you know, I also have a quick wins guide, y'all. Quick wins guide to really guide you and teach you in this space. And if you want that, it's just 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. If you want that guide, my free gift to you, you text me the word sooner. Again, text me the word sooner to 210-801-9153 and I got you. I'll get that sent right over to you. Okay, y'all. I'm ready. I'm excited to get into this today. I've been thinking about it. I've been talking about it in different ways and different platforms and different things. And yes, I'm excited to bring it here, right, to my platform. And something I've been working through and thinking about, y'all. But y'all see, y'all like, where's that connection here, y'all? Y'all see it. Stop lying. Stop lying, y'all. I'm excited to get into this because I see it all the time. And before I started recording, an example dropped in my spirit that I'm going to share with you all as well, in addition to what I have already ready to share with you all. And I'm excited. So let's just get right into it, right? So before we really dive deep into this, y'all, I want to say, I'm going to start with some stats, right? Start with some stats, y'all. According to Thriving Center of Psychology, 48% of people went to an event that they didn't want to go to, y'all. Oh, 48%. Now, me personally, I like to believe that is what the percentage is higher than that. Actually, the percentage is higher, but there's some people who, was lying and they didn't say that they went to an event that they didn't want to go to. Some people just skipped it overall because they didn't even want to put themselves in that situation. But some people, I believe, have been lying about it. And I think the percentage is actually higher than that. Again, according to me, the percentage from experience and what I've seen, what I see every day, the percentage is higher. But it's about who take the assessment they gave, right? All right, the questionnaire, I should say. But look, y'all. Okay, again, 48% of people went to an event that they didn't want to go to, right? And out of those, 72% of those people went out of either guilt or obligation. 72% of those people went out of either guilt or obligation, y'all. I hear it right now. I know some of you, you're thinking like, yep, been there, done that. Been there, done that. You probably went to an event just yesterday, right? Or this past weekend that you didn't want to go to, but you felt guilty or you felt really obligated to do it or go because for whatever reasons, right? Now, this the part we're gonna get into some real fun stuff. For me anyway, it's fun. So look, y'all, what I found quite alarming, I guess, is why I do this work anyway, because it can be so much better, and it's a lot simpler than people think. I know it takes work and it's not easy for everyone, but it's a lot simpler than people think. And I'm here to assist with that. I'm here to assist. But let me tell y'all, the stats ain't over. I got some more stats for you, y'all. Some more stats. Okay. Now, 70, I want to tell you, of course, I said, okay, 72% of those people went out of guilt or obligation, right? Now, listen to this. 73% of people have lied to get out of going to an event, right? So some people, right, they go to an event that they don't want to go to at all, and they go out of guilt or obligation, right? And or obligation, right? That's one set of folks, right? They do it for whatever reason. They don't want to tell somebody, no, I can't make it. I won't make this one or whatever, or doesn't matter, right? They just do whatever the reasons that they do it, right? So that's one group of people, right? Now, another group of people, now they like the people that's going out of guilt and obligation. They probably feel guilty about it, but this is what they do. 73% of people have lied to get out of going to an event, y'all. 73% of people have lied to get out of going to an event, y'all. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe at some point in my life I've done it. That part, I don't know. I think I've always been pretty honest about me not wanting to be in a place, right? Even if I've been a little too honest sometimes, right? Just a little fun fact. Back in the day, they would call me Honest Abe. Because I'm just blunt with it. I tell you the truth, tell you how it is, whether you want to hear it or not. Honest Abe, y'all. That's what they would call me. So the struggle was not real for me there, but I know for 73% of people, again, I believe that number is a little bit higher than that, but we're going to go with the 73%, right? Because that's astounding, right? Astounding. So let me tell y'all, I know some of you are thinking, right? When I said that, you probably said to yourself, ooh, I'm in that 73% of people. Ooh, I'm in that 73%. And this next one, right? Y'all, then there's this one thing, like it's a common denominator. People lie, they say multiple different things, so many different things when they lie about going out to get out of going to an event, right? But let me tell y'all, the number one lie, right? The number one lie that people tell to get out of going to an event is sickness, y'all. Y'all, best believe it, y'all. I'm going somewhere. I am going somewhere. God gave it to me and laid it out differently, more better than I ever seen it before, y'all. But sickness is the number one lie that people tell to get out of going to an event. I'm not feeling well. Look, some of you, right? Maybe it wasn't a specific event that you like to. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you probably listening to this have done it. You've done it, but then there's there's some people that have called into work like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it today. I'm not feeling well. I think I came out with something, y'all can't say y'all haven't seen. Look, you probably did it yesterday, right? Maybe this morning you called out of work, say, I'm not feeling well, right? And then people then took it up a notch, right? This happened long before COVID was a thing, but once COVID then struck the world and now it's a different level. So you got a little cough now. People are a little more like, okay, yeah, you might need to stay away from that. So you feel like it's a valid reason and a valid excuse to use, or valid lie to tell to get out of going to an event, right? Or going to work or going to wherever, right? Just going places that you just don't want to be, instead of you just saying that Instead of you just doing something about that, you rather just put sickness and speak sickness over you. Ooh, y'all, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna slow down right here because this is the part God showed me it in a different way, more than I ever seen it before. So sickness is the number one lie, y'all. And I want to tell y'all, I want to enlighten you. I want to remind you all, some of you, right? Or just some of you who've never heard it before. I'm gonna let you know what the good book says, right? It says life and death is in the power of the tongue, y'all. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, y'all. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, there's really no need for you to speak sickness over yourself anymore. But I'm going to tell you, this is what you're doing. When you're saying, like, I'm not feeling well, I think I came down with something, or whatever, right? You lying and talking about sickness. You saying you sick or you're not feeling well because you want to get out of going somewhere when you are more than well. You are more than capable of just saying, nah, I don't want to do it. But what happens instead is that you speak sickness, right? Death over you. You speak that over your life, y'all. This is what you call being detrimental. Just think about it. Think about it. Just to get out of going somewhere. Now, if you do come down with a cold, or you really don't be feeling well, like something happens like after the fact, right? We're not talking about if you actually aren't feeling well and you tell it like this is what it is. But no, you say this and you're perfectly fine. And then a couple days later or whatever, maybe even the next day, maybe later that night, however soon it strikes you, then you really don't be feeling well. And it's like, oh yeah, it was valid but you spoke that over your life. Detrimental. This is detrimental, y'all. Stop doing it. Stop lying. You lying is causing this other ripple effect in your life, right? You lying is causing the sickness, right? You speaking that over your life, over yourself. There's no need to do that. Stop lying, right? Stop lying. In turn, stop harming yourself. Stop it. Stop it. Why not speak life into the situation, whatever it is, right? Tell people like it is. If people really rock with you, I'm going to keep saying it because I believe and I've experienced it. If people really rock with you, when you say no, that you're not going to certain events, or when you say no for whatever reason or whatever, like, okay, we'll see you at the next one, whatever. Like, those the people that you should have in your life, the people that want to guilt trip you and try to, oh, but I always show up for you and all this and that. Like, they have a problem, a real problem, because you didn't come to one thing because you just, you didn't want to, right? It can be as simple as you didn't want to, or maybe you got something else planned. You don't have to rearrange your life for everyone else. You're not required to do that, y'all. Boundaries. You're not required to do that. But some people feel like they are. And because some people feel like they are, they will rather speak sickness over their bodies than tell somebody no. Tell somebody, maybe next time. That's wild to me, y'all. Wild. To me, super wild to me. But I'm telling y'all, again, this is truly, when you're doing things like this is truly essentially just harming. You are harming yourself, right? You are harming yourself. And when things become detrimental to you, right, whatever it is, because you're not having certain boundaries in place, right? Now you have restless nights. You're restless, like, or you become anxious. You having this spirit of anxiety that's just like eating you up, because it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to say this, so I'm gonna feel this way instead. Like, it's really harming you in the inside, right? Mentally messing up with your mental health, and even sometimes it manifests physically in you. You rather do this than just put boundaries in place. Tell someone no. talk it out, right? Have necessary conversations, all these different things, y'all. Let me tell y'all. When I talked about this anxiety pieces, it comes up, y'all. I thank God, like being anxious about stuff and having anxiety, it's not my thing, right? It's really not. And I thank God for that. There was this, I remember the situation a couple years ago, right? My wife and I, we were going to have a guest, right? Have a guest come over and stay couple days or a few days, whatever, however long it was. I don't remember. Again, it was years ago. At our home. Now, I was on board when we lived in another state. We allowed the guests to come, and it was like, once they were there and see how it was, then being there, I'm like, I definitely don't want that to ever happen again. Like, I don't want them to come back and be in our space. It brings down the vibe. Like me, we about positive vibes only over here. We got joyful vibes. We just, we just a different level and we operate differently. But the person was more like a downer, and they just like, man, they got that just all the things I don't want to be around. I keep it I keep it simple and put it like that. They got this spirit about them, and they just a certain way that they just I don't want to be around that, right? So at that point, again, we were living somewhere else in another state, and I thought about that then, and then something came up, and when we moved here, well, not necessarily this house we live in now, but when we moved here to Texas, and then like, we was living in this place and they wanted to come visit for however long it was. Again, y'all, I started feeling it. I started thinking about it, and it started giving me anxiety, y'all. I really started feeling this spirit of anxiety, and I didn't like it, right? Because that ain't my thing, right? It's not my thing. So I really didn't like it. So once I started feeling this way, and I just started just the thought, literally, y'all, the thought of this person coming to our home and being in our space really brought that spirit of anxiety up out of me. And I'm just like, oh, no, 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 no. We can't do this. This our house. We pay bills here. Like, this ours. I can't let nobody come up in our space to having all this effect. Like, this can't be right. This is not okay. So I had to shut it down, y'all. I shut it down. Like, this person is near and dear to my wife. So I was being, okay, open to that because, whatever. And I'm just like, but no, I just couldn't do it. Right. I was being open because I just wanted, be a great wife and let my wife have that. But I'm like, I just couldn't do it, y'all. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't stand on the sideline and harm myself, right, in my space that I pay bills, to allow someone who is not about that life, who don't have those joyful vibes, who just who just gonna bring that atmosphere down. I just couldn't have that person in my space. So I needed to speak up. And I did. I really took some time. I sat my wife down, like, baby, like, this is what's going on right now. I ain't used to this, right? I'm feeling every time we talk about this person coming to our home, I feel this spirit of anxiety that I just like, no, I can't do it, babe. I apologize. Like, this, I know you love and care about this person. This person is near and dear to you, but babe, for the sake of us, for the sake of us and for our home, we're gonna need to let that go. If this person comes, oh yeah, maybe they can come to Texas all they want, but then they're gonna need to stay somewhere else. They can't be in our home. Like, nope, it's not gonna be that vibe. I just can't have it. We had that conversation, and ever since that day, we haven't had that problem. We haven't had that situation. I'm not getting anxious about what, a person coming and staying over and whatever. Like, we control that, right? Like, one of the things is here, my wife and I, we've been on this, but especially since that situation, and I started feeling like we really, really, like, okay, really about this life. Like, we never ever call our additional rooms that have beds in them in our home a guest room. We never call them that. Like, y'all, I got boundaries, right? We got boundaries. Those rooms in our home is called a spare room, right? There's no guest room in our home. Guests don't pay bills in our home, so they don't have a room. But we have all the rooms. So if we're not using it and it happens to have a bed or whatever, and then it's a spare room. It's no guest room, okay? Not in our home. Boundaries, right? Here's what my boundaries look like. Yes, we don't have that. And a part of that is just like, because what I'm not going to do, y'all, is have or do anything to have this psychological and physiological experience that's unwanted, right? This unwanted thing because I want to put up with stuff that other people are doing or how they are, just because I don't want to shake no feather, ruffle some feathers, right? Shake the trees and all these whatever other metaphors you want to use for it. No, I'm not going to let things be detrimental to me because I want to protect somebody else's feelings, potentially, right? Because it's really what you think that they gonna think, and all the things, right? You think that they gonna think this and that. There's no real facts there, but some people are like that. You can really predict them and how they're going to respond and react, I should say, to certain situations. But yeah. But anyway, y'all, right? We're doing things like people, not people, like as people, we're doing things that are detrimental to ourselves and harmful just because, again, to protect others. Like, man, come on. Like, you're doing things like you shouldn't be doing, like you're potentially, right, going broke or not sowing in fruitful ground because of what you want to give to people. That's not boundaries, y'all. Boundaries, 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 right? Again, the speaking the sickness over your life because you don't want to put these boundaries in place. Like, that's what it is, y'all. The answer the answer is really, really simple. And I get it. The action may not be easy. But the beautiful thing about that, it doesn't have to be, right? Because you don't have to do it alone. You're not in this alone, right? I really, really want y'all to take the time and all these things that I'm talking about, just you reevaluate these things, right? Evaluate and reevaluate. But I want to tell you, like, if you're someone and you're looking for that assistance, right? You're looking for that assistance, that coaching to really help you stand up for yourself and feel good about it, right? Because that part, because a lot of people, they might do a little standing up and then if immediately feel guilty or bad or whatever. No, you want to get to a point where you're standing up for yourself and you're feeling good about it, then reach out to me, right? Apply to work with me. The link for you to do that is in the show notes. However, you can text me as well. Text me the word apply to 210-801-9153. Just text me and I got you. I got you. Like we can work through this together, right? You do not need to go through this alone, right? If you knew all the answers, you probably do all the things, right? You'd be in a better place than you are right now. Right now, it's okay. It's okay to raise your hand or to reach out for assistance. Right? Maybe that assistance ain't necessarily me. That's cool too. I ain't tripping on that. But it's important for you to do that. You don't have to do it all alone. You think you're going to be by yourself. You start telling, you're recognizing all these takers in your life. And it's like, oh my God, my whole life is surrounded by takers. If I say no to them, if I cut them off, then who will I have then? Right? You might be in a situation when you feel like that, but you don't need to. You don't need to. But it's a way to work through this, y'all. It takes time. It takes doing some of the right things, right, to get you there. But if you're not really sure what that is and how that looks for you and what you can do specifically, again, reach out. Take the time to apply. Like, that's what you do. You owe that to yourself, right? Let's do something about it. You don't need to leave this year the same way you were all the years previously. You don't need to do that. It's okay. You got assistance. Help is here. It's not on the way. It's here right now. Help is here, right? Let's go. Let's get you to a place that you know that you truly desire to be, right? When you live in that life that brings you the most joy, not the people around you from stepping on you and nope, we're not going there. We're not doing that, right? Enough is enough. The time is now to do something about it, right? The time is now. Now, look, y'all, before I get out of here, I really want to share this example and this thought that came in my mind again right before I started recording. And I was thinking about, man, like, yeah, stop lying, right? Stop lying. Just the boundaries, right? It goes back. Now, this is definitely part of my childhood and people that I know, right? But y'all, back in the day, right? When we had landline phones, right? Not many people have those these days. But back in the day, landline phones, and then you don't know who was calling you. I'm not talking about the landline with the caller ID, right? You didn't know necessarily who was calling before. You weren't screening the calls and not picking up right there, because that's an option, right? That took things to the next level for people. But we didn't have call ID, right? And then when the phone would ring, and then they'd be like, if that's such and such, tell them I ain't here. If that's such and such, tell them I'm not here. They're standing right there in your face, but they tell you that's such and such, tell them I am not here. Okay. And then now they're lying, saying they ain't there. And then the ripple effect, they got you lying, saying they're not there. And now you making up some other type of lie. Oh, they're not here. They went to such and such, or they doing what? Child, or they sleeping, or whatever. Stop the lying, y'all. Stop the lying. The lying is like turned into some generational stuff. Stop it now, right? Stop the lying now. Just put some boundaries in place. If you don't know where to go or what to do, I got you. Just put some boundaries in place. I promise that'll solve a lot of those things. It will, right? Throughout your life, put some boundaries in place. No need to have these kids lying. Again, it's different now, right? We got all these call ID. We have computers in our pockets, all the different things. But I'm like, man, even back then, no call ID, the phone ringing, you at the wall, or you pick it up on it, like, oh, just a different experience. And they got you lying, or they was lying, or some people try to change their voice. Yeah, it's taking me back. It's taking me back. I remember, and I witnessed this stuff, right? I witnessed this stuff. I'm pretty sure I've been a participant in the They Not Here ministry. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm getting out of here, y'all. Just stop lying. Stop lying. Seriously. Stop speaking sickness over yourself, right? Speak life into you. Speak life into you, your situation, no matter what it is that's happening, what's going on around you. Speak life, y'all. Speak life. You have the power, right? You have the power. And it's time for you to utilize that power correctly, right? Stop giving it away to people, right? When you do that, you're giving it away. We're not giving away our power no more, y'all. For those of you who already have, we reclaiming that power. And if you're not sure what to do or what to do next or how to get about that, again, reach out to me. You can click the link in the show notes to apply to work with me. Or again, you can text me. Text me the word apply to 210-801-9153. And I got you. All right. Okay. I'm getting out of here, y'all. I'm excited. I'm super excited, y'all. So look, wow. After you apply, right? Because you're going to take some time today. You're going to actually take ownership, like we talked about last week. Take ownership. If you haven't listened to that episode, you go back and listen to that episode. And now you're going to apply today. I want you to apply. You're going to, if you haven't done so already, follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. I'll do that as well. All right. Now, That's it. That's it. That's it. That's what I got for y'all today. I can't stop lying. Stop lying. If you hear nothing else, I want you to hear this. Stop lying. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. There's no need to speak death over you. No need at all. All right? Now listen, y'all. I want you all to go out and have an amazingly beautiful day, and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jess Abraham. Talk to y'all then.